Hey guys, I hope you're excited about your last APEC lesson for this distance learning experiment. Next week and the following week, I'll have a couple lessons on Teams for you guys and a couple assignments on there for you to work on. But this is your last APEX quiz that you'll have to work on. So this section is all about your mean, median, and mode. Mean is the average of your numbers, so if you add them together and divide by the total number. Median is the number in the middle, and mode is the number that is used the most. There will be a little note about this, but on your quiz, the median is more resistant to outliers than the mean. And I'll explain that after I do this first problem. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to get given some data sets. This is about Jamie McAllister and her rebounds for her high school basketball team. You'll also do different things with whatever data. Make sure you read the question carefully. Some questions ask for mean, some for mode. Don't go on autopilot. The mean is our first one. Okay, so our mean is where you add all the numbers together, which I already did. I took all the numbers from this data, add them together, and I get 95. Once I do that, I take that 95, and I'm going to divide it by the total number of numbers, or the numbers in the set, which in this case was 10, which means this would be 9.5. Okay? Add them together, divide by the total. The next is about the mode. Well, mode is the number used the most. So you look at that data. I see 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8s, and 4 8s. No other number is even used a second time or duplicated. Thus, the number used the most is 8. Finally, I'm going to do my median. The median is the number in the middle. So the way I find the number in the middle is actually to first line up my data from smallest to largest. So 6. The next smallest number after 6 is 8. And you might say, well, there's 4 8, so I have to write 8 4 times. That's not what happened. Or you have to, I only need 8 once. You have to write out the 8 all 4 times to do this data correctly. Come on. So 8, 8, 8. Get rid of those. The next number is 9, 10, 11, 12, and 15. Okay? Now to find the number in the middle, what I do is I work from both ends. I take out the smallest and the biggest. Next smallest, next biggest. Next smallest, next biggest. Next smallest, next biggest. In this situation, because I have an even number of data, I have 2 numbers in the middle. If it was odd, if this was only 9 games, we'd have 1 answer and we'd be done. Since there are 2, I have to take the average of these 2, which means I have to do 8 plus 9, 17, and divide that by 2, and my answer should be 8.5. You only have to do that when you have an even number for your mean. Now the reason the median is more resistant to outliers than the mean is because, let's say Jamie got 0 rebounds one game. That's really going to affect her average. It's like if you get a 0 on a quiz. Well, it really hurts you very quickly because quizzes are done by averages. Whereas in a median world, you would just get rid of that 0 as the first thing and it wouldn't really affect the overall data. Okay? So that's the mean, median, mode stuff. You have another set of questions like that in your checkup and several questions on your quiz. That'll be one of those 3. Our next set of questions talk about samples and these formulas. I'll kind of go through these and explain what they're talking about as you go through it. There's a formula they give you. I think the formula is more confusing than helpful. So I'd rather just break down these questions for the time being. So This question says a sample of 156 runners taken from a population of 5,300 runners who complete a major marathon. How many runners' times are used to calculate X bar for the finishing time? So that's where this gets a little confusing. There is a formula, but all you really need to know is X bar is the sample size. Okay, so X bar is the sample size, which means that 156 is the sample. Number 8 asks how many runners' times were used to calculate it. This is a little symbol here. It's called mu. Mu is the population size. So it's everybody who ran the marathon is what you need to know here, which is that number of 5,300. So you will see some questions about that. The formula there's not really making you calculate anything, so I don't see a need for this formula, but just know that X with the bar is the sample size and mu is the population. And then our final bit are a couple word problem type things, working with our data a little bit. Number 9 says Johnny has an average of 88 on all of his algebra quizzes, tests, exams, whatever. Each exam was worth 100 points. He has taken 5 exams. So I have 88 plus 88 plus 88 plus 88 plus 88. He did it 5 times, got the same score. He wants his average to be a 90, and he has 1 test left to take, so that's our X. What must he score to get an average of a 90 in all 6 tests? So this is 6 tests. I'm going to divide by 6. So this is sort of the setup for this problem, or at least what I would do. You will have one, I think I was talking about ice cream on the quiz. It's similar. They won't all be 88s in that case. Like, they actually give you different numbers, but you set it up the same way. So you would have like 88, 90, 60, whatever numbers they give you. Okay, so now you can go ahead and add all those 88s together. 88 or do times 5, so that's 440 plus X over 6 equals 90. Next, I'll multiply both sides by 6. Get rid of that 6 on the bottom. Oops, sorry. Not what I meant to do. So, get my 440 plus X equals 540. Yes, 540. Go ahead and subtract out. X would equal 100. So he has to get a perfect 100 in order to get his 90% in the class. Okay. So that's a similar type of deal. These problems, it's really using that average setup, add everything together. If it's missing something, you would divide. Okay. Oh, this is just a median question. So go ahead, line these up and find the median from there. So you should be in good shape for the quiz. Hopefully it's not too bad. If you have any questions, please let me know.